For the most part, they are, but you will get those customers that are just a pain in the butt. Can I say that? Is that okay? Okay. And they're just so rude. They're just very rude. They don't care about anyone else but themselves.
Oh no, absolutely not. It also depends on their demeanor. It's like any other job. Your attitude goes into how the people play off of it. So if you're miserable, which there's a 50-50 chance you are miserable as a waiter.
Right.
So it really does kind of play into effect. So that's why you gotta try to have a good attitude, because it's real important. There's always gonna be that bad apple, that bad person. I have yet to work any waiting job where there wasn't at least one person a night where the customer was just like a pain in the ass, grueling, complaining about everything, needy, and kind of very disrespectful. I mean, that's why it's so important to say yes sir, yes ma'am to them, because it catches their attention, and you start responding back, and they'll even say yes sir, yes ma'am a lot of times too, or address you by your name. But even still, there's always times, man, this one or two people a night just don't like you for some reason. And I was always nice, or tried to be at least.
No. I think there are some people that do respect the retail industry, but those are probably people who are working in the retail industry. But even those people don't respect other people that are in the same industry. Like, you get disrespected, so you're going to disrespect someone else. But in general, I don't think that you receive any real respect. A lot of people just see you as an ends to a means. So like you're there to fulfill all their wishes, and if you don't do that, then they can do whatever they want, which isn't right. I saw a lot of that in both jobs, both serving, which people are very rude, to say the least. Just very disrespectful, and they kind of just belittle you. And then also in the customer service field, in the grocery area, there's a lot of people that just expect a lot from other people, and they don't see, if they think that they're right, they think that they're right, and there's nothing else that you can change with that. And, I've been, yelled at, screamed at, questioned about my integrity as a person for something that I've done in a job, which wasn't my fault. It was just, part of the job, and they think that you're screwing them as a person, not just doing your own job, and they don't understand that there are, protocols that need to be done and things like that.
In some instances, yes, and others, no. It really depends on how happy the customer is at that point in time. The people in general generally look at them as, hey, this is a part-time job for you. This is like an in-between job. You're going to school or something. You're not going to be doing this forever, so you're just going to have to suck it up and do it. But there are a lot of people that are middle-aged or older that work that as a second job because their primary careers aren't earning them enough money, or they want to stay busy, and it really depends. People that are hungry or tired or ready to do whatever they need to get done, it really depends their mood, because they have very little thought of other people's feelings whenever they're in the most distraught, unhappy state of their day. So I'd say I lean towards no, they're not respected. Some of my worst experiences in the industry is where some people have very poor hygiene, and just you're not supposed to bring it up or say anything about it, and you just gotta do your job like nothing's wrong. I've literally got into a car that had a colony of ants living in the floorboard, and I was expected to drive that as there was like a swarm like going around my feet. Then I was always approached as kind of a movie-esque type of thing of, someone would come up to me and try to slip me $100 bill and say, hey, if you can get me this illegal substance, I'll get you some more money. And I'm like, I'm a 19-year-old kid here. I don't really have those kind of connections, I'm sorry. And they're like, oh, I know you're just saying that, you think you're being watched, but it's okay, fine. So there's a couple different aspects of that, funny stories, but besides that, just dealing with, especially waiting tables with people that are regulars. And that was the worst, is that when you had a regular come in that you know that they weren't going to give you any money. They weren't going to appreciate the job that you're doing for them. It was kind of like, hey, it's Tuesday, here's your 50 cents that I think you deserve here, especially after you do all these other things to me and cater to me and have my food on the table before I sit down kind of deal. No, I mean, we're talking like memorizing people's orders that we've seen for years on end, and they come in and they have their own little quirks and just some really, really strange things. Like there's this one guy we called Raspberry Smoothie Man, and he would borderline sexually harass the girls that worked there, but he would always order a raspberry smoothie, and he was known for wearing open-toed sandals, and he had some toe rings on. It smelled kind of funny, and he would always give you $1.11 tip every single time, no matter how much time he sat there or how much extra work you had to do for him. And of course he expected everything prompt right on the dot, and he expected you to know what he wanted. So that's just a interesting thing I will never be able to forget, is the Raspberry Smoothie Man.
So many. One of my favorite memories was I was at Chili's, and they had those hamburger bites, and I brought this lady out the hamburger bites, and I gave her the food, and then I saw her take a bite of the burger, and I asked her, "Oh, is it good? Everything's cooked well?" And she said yes. So I was carried on my job, went back to the kitchen, grabbed someone else's food, went back out there, and as I come back, she grabs my arm and tells me, "Excuse me, sir, someone bit out my burger." And I'm just like shocked. I had no idea what to say because I watched her bite out a burger. I even asked her how it was, and I guess she thought it was someone else or something, but she tried her best to talk her way through that manager, get a free food, because I went over to her, I was like, yeah. I asked her how the burger was, she took a bite of it, and then she told me someone else took a bite of it when she got the burger, so I really had no idea what to tell you. And I told the manager that, and he just laughed and watched the camera and showed that the person took a bite of the burger, and so they didn't give free food, but still, it's like, that happens quite often. Always people try to get free stuff. That was probably the worst. The most memorable, at least. I had one person, she was very, very, very rude to me. And she wouldn't let me go. She wouldn't let me go talk to the manager. She kept like pulling my arm. And I'm kind of like the nice person, respectable. I wasn't gonna like rip my arm out of there, even though I probably would have tossed her aside. But she kept pulling my arm, trying to get my attention to dress her food. When I already acknowledged that, yeah, I'm taking care of it right away. I'm going to get you another, I think it was a steak. It was undercooked, I believe. But she wouldn't let me go. And it was really frustrating because I have 6 other tables to take care of, and she would not let me go. She had to get her say in, and she wanted to make sure every word I heard that, and then I could be on my way. But that was pretty rude.
Just pretty much remind them that we're all human. No one's perfect, and just don't take everything out on us. It's not our fault. Just calm down, relax.
What would it be?
Just think about it could be your kid out there that's doing this job. Service industry, it's not fun. It's not good money as dependable because you get too much cash, which is really hard to contain yourself. So you have to have respect. Another thing too, you have to think about is these people handing your food. Don't get mad. I've seen some gross things. You don't want to get these cooks mad, these waiters mad. They'll do some bad things. So don't get on the bad side. Just be nice. It's really a lot easier if you're nice and they're nice, and kind of get your food faster. Just a little bit.
I would tell them to, if they could think back to being an 18-year-old kid with 40 people underneath you, running payroll, working 80 hours a week during your winter vacation, would you? And if you found out a kid was doing that, would you yell at him for a small mistake that he or she might have done? I'd love for a paper pusher to be behind a desk and get yelled at by multiple people in a day and try to take it and not, complain.
Well, I've actually thought of this before, and it's pretty much that just remember your kids are going to be here one day, and they're going to have to make a living like this. They're going to have to be treated the same way that you're treating the people that that are waiting on you and serving you. And if you want your sons or daughters to be treated like that and expect that, hey, this is normal, keep it up. Just go right on ahead. And in addition to that, if you had to make your living and your livelihood and your income off of being mistreated and having to deal with other people's problems and everything being your fault 100% of the time, like, I'm sure you would change your tune pretty quick if your rent money came from smiling through someone else yelling at you.